In the realm of comics, there are certainly tons of hookups. Greetings nerdy aficionados and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. Today we're going to be looking at a topic we've covered a lot on this channel, superhero romance, getting together. Today we're exploring the character of Nightcrawler, aka Kurt Wagner. We've got all kinds of hookups. We've got full-blown relationships, we've got crushes, we've got taboo, we've got fanon, aka shipping. So stay tuned to learn all there is to know about Nightcrawler and his various romances. I'm SASHA and these are the top 10 superheroes who hooked up with Nightcrawler. Let's get started. In at number 10, Rogue. This falls into the realm of flirtation, which is why it's number 10, and you'll understand why in a second, although some of you are probably already cringing. When Rogue first joined the X-Men and before they knew the truth about their parentage, well, these two would flirt. What's the truth? These two are half siblings. So it's a good thing it never went any further than that. We don't need any Luke and Leia shenanigans happening in the comics. Cause fun fact, in between A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back, there were comics published where those two were in a relationship. Why? Because people didn't know. It was a surprise. Now those comics are really awkward to read. You know what else is awkward? Nightcrawler telling Rogue that he would give her a kiss if he could after a fight in the danger room. What are you gonna do? Live and learn. Number 9, Wolverine. Now this falls into the realm of fanon or shipping. So I can feel the pitchforks being sharpened, you're getting ready. And I am unfazed. There are many different types of ways to enjoy fandom. There are layers. And you know what we're not here on Top 10 Nerd? The Fun Police. So in canon, Wolverine and Nightcrawler are very close friends, good friends. And so that is translated into certain fans shipping them, and even drawing their own fan comics. These are the two getting together, going on dates, you know, the usual. And I'm talking like comics, not just single panel fan arts. And they look pretty credible. One I had to pause because it looked like Cowboy Wolverine, and that was a thing canonically that he was with Hercules in an alternate universe, so it took a minute. I was like, maybe, but then I was like, oh, it's a fan comic. It probably won't happen in canon, which is fine. That's exactly what fanon is for. That and ruffling feathers, apparently. Ruffle, ruffle. Number 8, Nocturne. Now Nocturne is the alternate universe result of a Nightcrawler hookup. She is featured prominently for a time in the Exiles comic, the first run, not the second run. That comic featured alternate universe characters traveling the multiverse and correcting wrongs. This was within the timeline, or at least that's how it seemed at the start. She had been featured before briefly in other canonical comics. She was the child of Nightcrawler and the Scarlet Witch. Her name was Talia. And how did they get together? If you want to ponder potential chemistry, you'll need to go on to our next number. Number 7, the Scarlet Witch from X-Men Evolution. The series X-Men Evolution aired from 2000 to 2003 and had 52 episodes. It focused more on a teenage roster of X-Men, and for some was their first introduction to a whole host of characters who they'd never heard of before, including Nightcrawler and Shadowcat. Well, in this series, there was some crush action between Kurt and Wanda, Wanda being the Scarlet Witch. She even gave him a kiss on the cheek. These were the good old days where Wanda and Pietro were still Magneto's kids before that retcon because of horizontal tie-in marketing. These two were a cute concept, but for a lot of the fans of the show, they were pulling for Kurt and Kitty, Kitty Pryde being Shadowcat. Those two are super close friends in comic canon, because you're not breaking up that Kitty and Colossus train, not unless it's for dramatic tension. Number 6, Storm. Why hello, amazing X-Men number 3. Along with many, many other issues actually. Storm is involved with a few relationships with their fellow X-Men that may make you go, huh? But there has been chemistry between Nightcrawler and Storm for some time depending upon the writer and the era. So sometimes depending upon who's handling it, gets pushed to the surface. It centers largely upon their otherness and their ability to, well, just be themselves together, and the fact that Nightcrawler is a huge, huge flirt, and some people are just more susceptible to that than others. This one pops up sporadically and is a lot more of a will they, won't they kind of thing. This is because both characters have larger pairings that they're involved in. You're more likely to see Storm with Wolverine than Nightcrawler, to be honest. Number 5, Jean Grey. Jean Grey and Nightcrawler share a kiss in the X-Men Alternate Universe story X-Men The End. This was a miniseries that ran from 2004 to 2006 and was written by the legendary Chris Claremont. It's a lot of a lot. You gotta strap in for all the plot details. We've got the Shi'ar Empire, the Phoenix Force, Phoenix Eggs hatching Jean Grey, who becomes a carrier for the Force again anyway. At one point, Nightcrawler grabs her and kisses her, and tells her she is the fire and the life. And their hopes and dreams made flesh, so no pressure. I think my favorite thing about this speech is that it's going on while he's kissing her. So it's like he couldn't even stop kissing her. He had to keep talking like, why? Number 4, CERISE. CERISE first appeared in the Excalibur comics, making her first full appearance in issue 47. She's from the planet Shaxo-Frungon. That's in the Shi'ar Empire, and I don't live there, so I don't feel too bad about that butchery. She would be drawn to the Excalibur team as soon as she encountered them, and also to her teammate Nightcrawler. This one was a full-blown relationship. She was learning to navigate relationships with him and found it highly enjoyable. So you kind of have a Starfire kind of thing going on. And also because of that, she was super free with her feelings and thoughts, be it about missing him or just about making out, which he very much appreciated. Shout out to the tall Amazonian ladies and the shorter men who love them. Not a lot of people know about CERISE outside of Excalibur, but I mean, if you're ever back there, she's a fun character. Number 3, Rachel Summers. This is a more recent development at the time of this recording. Rachel Summers was actually born in an alternate universe. She is the sister of Nate Gray. She would become more and more connected to canon continuity via retcon. As Rachel Gray, during her time on the X-Men, she developed quite a crush on Nightcrawler. In fact, the two actually shared a kiss. However, at that point, he was also crushing on Storm, who was crushing on Wolverine, high school drama. Still, now that Rachel's prestige, the two seem to have an attraction going on still, prompting such classy headlines as, "Is Rachel Summers going to get some tail?" See, it's a play on words because that's slang for sex, but he also has a tail. Ba-doom-tsh. I like their swashbuckler outfits though. This was X-Men Gold issue 7, just in case you're interested. Number 2, MEGGAN. She first appeared in Mighty World of Marvel number 7 back in 1983 and was part of Marvel UK. Her first American appearance was New Mutants Annual Volume 1 number 2 back in 1986. She was tied to Captain Britain, and she was a major romantic interest for him. But during their time on Excalibur, she developed some very strong feelings for Nightcrawler, who had very strong feelings for her. Except, well, she was in a relationship with Captain Britain at the time. So it was very much a this shouldn't be kind of thing, and Captain Britain was very jealous about it. It kind of sort of happened, but not really, because cheating, and ultimately she actually married Captain Britain in that comic. In modern continuity though, there is still flirting, and some feel cheating. Is there kisses? Maybe. Anyway, MEGGAN is one of Nightcrawler's well-known and acknowledged loves. And number 1, Amanda Sefton. Number 1 has to go to the earliest classic romantic interest for Nightcrawler, Amanda Sefton, aka Day Tripper, aka the second Magik. Also, she's his foster sister, just roll with it. These two have an on-again, off-again relationship, and it's been going on for decades. Even when not together though, they remain people the other can call on. One of the first things the Nightcrawler did when he was resurrected was seek her out to try and restart their relationship. Cause death is just an inconvenience for most superheroes. For many, this couple is an endgame couple, like the must-be couple. And if you're not too familiar with Nightcrawler or the X-Men, you may be like, what is all this? I need to check it all out, or not. Either way, those were 10 superheroes who hooked up with Nightcrawler. You know what to do. Tell me anybody I missed and do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so that you never miss a video here on Top 10 Nerd. Bye bye.